Happy day. A woman just the other day, she went to the pharmacy to get some medication for her daughter. Her daughter was homesick and she was in desperate need. Hurry up, Mom said. The little girl as a mother raced out. She went to the pharmacy, came out, locked her keys in the car. Not too smart. How am I going to get home? She looked around the ground and she said, God, help me. She was very spiritual. Please, please help me. She looked around again and there was an old rusty coat hanger. Thank you, God. I can get in my car now. I've seen it done. So she picked it up and she was fooling around. It didn't work. And she said, God, please, I got to get home to my daughter. Help me. Send someone to help me. Vroom, vroom. She looked around. A motorcycle was coming up. There's a great big burly guy. And he says, what do you need, ma'am? And she says, I need to get home to my daughter. My daughter's very sick. Can you please do this and help me? He said, no problem. He took the coat hanger, zoom, zoom, and zippity zap, and she was in. And thank you, God, so much for sending this very nice man to me. And he looked at her and says, you know, ma'am, I'm sorry to even admit it, but I ain't nice. I got out of jail yesterday and I was in jail for car theft. She looked up again. She said, thank you, God, for even sending me a professional. Hey, y'all, now we're going to pay attention to real stuff. The guy got changed. He'll be a better man for it. Rats. That's not him. He was a nice guy. Rats. You know, the little rodent rats, they're all over the place in the world. The only place that really doesn't have a rat problem is Alberta in Canada. It's a province. Why is that? That's because they have people that still use guns, even with guns and poison, even with the commie government that's there, who seems to kind of be moving a little bit to the right. That's spooky because they still have that name, NDP, which of course in Canadian talk means commie. But when I grew up in Alberta, there was a man, his name was Mr. Horpstead. I remember him well. And I lived about 35 miles from the border in Saskatchewan. And he patrolled and he had guns and he walked around everywhere. He had a holstered gun, he had a long gun, he had poison in his car, and he had a whole bunch of guys working with him, and all they did was patrol the borders. And if a rat ever got in or across the border, they would put it down. And that's what's needed. And you got all these good people, good and dumb, in other places, states and provinces. They won't allow them to be armed, which is just amazing to me. There are some states apparently have concealed carry for people, but you're not allowed to go out and kill a rat. Can that be true? I don't know. Bombshell letter, bombshell, to the Pope, about the Pope, Pope Francis. You knew about abuses of children. Firstly, in my view, there should be a bombshell, all right. Kind of take that to where you want. But this is a horrible thing. It goes on, and it kind of goes away for a while, and then it comes back every couple of years. There's been hundreds and hundreds of years. I think there's been 250 or 260 popes in the history of the Catholic Church. I think every one of them knew about it, and if they didn't do it themselves, the whole thing is crazy. I mean, the Vatican should be condos. This is craziness. Somebody needs to do something and step up. 1,000 kids that's what they're saying in Pennsylvania that recently have been discovered. It's been discovered that they were abused by Catholic priests. If you found 1,000, that means there's 10 times that. I mean, these guys, the average pedophile apparently commits about 160 crimes with children, because even if he's caught, he gets a fine, gets a holiday, and blah, 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 and he's out doing it again because he can't cure these guys. Capital punishment, hang till the neck, till dead, you get it, blah, 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 blah. It's a bad thing. And the Pope is part of all this, according to this bombshell letter. And it'd have to be. How can you be in charge, lead such a huge organization, and when it happens all the time, and not do something about it? Instead of saying, oh, this is really too bad. It's a little more than that. Let's kind of have some consequences here. Kill somebody. How does that sound? Archaic, I guess. Realistic, very much. You got to put these guys down. England, I'm jumping here. Keep up with me. The United Kingdom. Guns. If you can't have any guns, we're going to take them away from everybody because guns are bad. Let's have gun control because gun control is good. They've done that. It hasn't worked very well. The bad guys still have guns, and they make them now. They print them from the computer, the 3D thing. Recently, they discovered a large-scale illegal gun factory. Imagine that. I mean, gun control works, I guess. Criminals don't get guns. That's why you have gun control. This must be a mistake. This can't be true stuff that I'm reading, because they must know what they're doing, all those liberal people over there. And everywhere else, gun control doesn't work. It's about people control. Duh. They got to stop because it's dumb. Good people should be armed. They should have the ability and the right to defend themselves and other people. Bad guys are going to be bad guys. It's their job. That is their job. We know that. Why don't governments know that? Because then they'd have nothing else to govern, nothing to do. My grammar's off today, but hey, I hope you got it all. You all come back tomorrow. I'm going to have more stuff to say about the right. And what is the solution? It would be to vote right. Politically, left is wrong and right is right. See ya.